to see the glory of the coming of the Lord. He is trampling out.
Hi folks, been a little while. Kept putting this off. I always have a lot of ideas, but just seems like I never make the time to actually get down and do one. A lot of things have been happening though. A lot of things have been, going on, and I just feel like it's time that I put one out. I'm going to kind of fly off the seat of my pants with this one a little bit. I'm not going to be quite as scripted or quite as formal. Try to be a little less stuffy, a little bit more improvisational, if you will. That doesn't always serve me well, but I'm going to do my best. Try not to laugh too much. So anyway, this one's titled, You Voted For It. Okay? If you're on the left, you voted for Biden, you voted for Democratic mayors, you voted for Democratic senators, congresspeople, judges, city council, school board members, etc. Okay, why? Do you not see what's happening? Regarding the leftist riots of 2020, okay, soon-to-be Vice President Kamala Harris said, it's not going to stop, and it shouldn't stop. How did this woman get elected exactly? All that craziness going on, she said it shouldn't stop. She bailed out the rioters with something called, or she helped to bail them out with something called the Minnesota Freedom Fund. Okay? She defends all this, and you think that's good. Congresswoman Nancy Pelosi said, in response to the destruction of public statues, people will do what they're going to do. Her attitude is far less tolerant in the face of far less from her political opposition. The committee investigating the January 6th break-in of the Capitol building last year is comprised of 7 Democrats and 2 Republicans. The 2 Republicans are Trump haters. Where do you think this thing is designed to go? Does this sound like a fair committee to you? Does this sound like someone is being treated innocent until proven guilty, which is a major, major anti-authoritarian premise of our society? But you on the left don't care if this is fair. You don't care if it's anti-authoritarian. You're okay if it's authoritarian, as long as it's coming from your side, right? Trump asked for the National Guard that day. I'm sorry, the day before. Pelosi turned him down. Ask yourselves why. And you voted for that bitch, too. Excuse my language. Democratic mayors and governors defended and permitted leftist takeovers in Seattle and Portland last year. They say Antifa doesn't exist. But the national threat, the real national threat, comes from conservatives and Christians. Because we, you see, are locking policemen in police stations and setting them on fire. We are the ones taking 2x4s and cracking people in the skulls. We are the ones shooting at congressmen, Republican congressmen on the baseball. Well, you wouldn't mind that. But we're the ones shooting congressmen on baseball fields, right? We're doing all that. We caused $2 billion in property damage last year, right? We're doing all that. That's coming from your side. They said the fires in our cities are not proof that the protests are mostly peaceful. Oh, I'm sorry, not proof. Is that what I wrote? They say the fires in our cities are not proof that the protests weren't mostly peaceful, that they were violent. That's like saying don't believe your lying eyes. Okay? But if I speak out against that, that is violence. Silence is violence. Isn't that what they said? So I'm violent by protesting their violence. But their violence is peaceful because it's quote-unquote anti-racist. Does that make sense to you? I seriously, seriously hope not. They enact policies that increase crime. They shoot up inflation. They embarrassed us in frickin' Afghanistan, and they betrayed Americans and Afghan allies over there. They made our southern border a joke, turning into a massive Democratic voter entry point. Because that's what all those illegal aliens, who do you think they're going to vote for when they get the power to vote? If you say that's cynical, ask yourselves why they don't want Cuban refugees in here. Because they tend to vote Republican, because they know what the left is. Medical care is being rationed according to race. Did you know that? From grade school through college, our kids are being racially segregated again. That's coming from the left, not the right. I thought Martin Luther King led a movement to combat that and end that. Oh, or is Martin Luther King now no longer a viable or a valid civil rights leader? You're living in the inner cities, consistently vote left. How has that been working out for you the past 50 or 60 years? Have your lives gotten any better over that time? But none of this matters. Nope, none of it matters at all. All that matters is that Trump didn't get reelected because, you see, he's the real threat to this country.